Hello and welcome to my Star Trek theme home theater. And I got the idea of doing a Star Trek theme after going to the 50th anniversary Star Trek convention in New York, Jacob Javits Center. So I decided to do the Star Trek Next Generation and the old Star Trek theme. So as we go down into the basement, wanted to get the feeling like you're going into the starship from the Next Generation. So as we're going down the gangplank, we will hear the music or the theme song from the Star Trek The Next Generation. And currently we are at the Starfleet Command Starbase, and we are going to go into the starship. So here we go.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
As you see, that was automatic. It was sensor based, so it starts every time you go up or down the stairs automatically, so you don't have to bother looking for the lights. I have a Star Trek communicator, which I bought online, and it has a motion sensor, so every time you pass by it, it gives you the sound effect of this doors closing, opening and closing from the original Star Trek series. And you can also do a communication to the bridge. Captain to the bridge, Captain to the bridge. And then I can switch over the sound effects to the red alert sound effects when it senses motion. Sometimes it gets a little annoying, so I prefer the door sound effect. Okay, and then over here, I created the Star Trek transporter from the original series because I was able to get the characters and the look of the transporter, so it made it look more authentic. And I put in special laser lights, and as you can see on the top, I also put in additional LED lights and sound effects, so it actually sounds like you are in the transporter and transporting out. I have some posters and a Star Trek wall clock, which I also got. Those are authentic. And then over here, on this side, we have the Star Trek Next Generation poster, which looks really good. And when I purchased it, I thought it would be a perfect fit for my home Star Trek theme. And then on this side over here, we have the engineering section, and we have our warp drive engines. And originally I was going to do a warp engine that looked exactly like the one on the Enterprise. Then I decided I had some memorabilia, so I figured this was a better option. So having the special lighting and then the memorabilia inside made it a little bit more special. Have various starships. Now on this side here we have other memorabilia, and this is our 50th anniversary Star Trek picture with the crew of the Deep Space Nine. They were all very nice, and it was really a pleasure and a privilege to be with them and to have that picture taken with them. And thanks to them all. Okay, on this side here we have our home theater, which I built as a holodeck. So the reason being that on the Star Trek Next Generation you have the holodeck where you can interact with people, and it's more four-dimensional. When I built the theater, I made it three-dimensional. So, and the new special effects were coming out for audio, and we already had the 3D video. So bringing those together gave you a feeling like you were in the middle of the action on the movie, both audio and video-wise. That's why I wanted to make it like a holodeck. So on the Next Generation, there were several holodecks, and this is holodeck 3. So that's what I designed it as. With the sound effects, it will say that holodeck 3 is ready. So here we go.
Holodeck 3 program is ready. Holodeck 3 program is ready.
And over here we have our screen, which is 21 feet by 8 3/4 feet high. So that is a 2.4 to 1 ratio, and I do that with a special lens, which I'll show you later. In the meantime, this was designed as the bridge of the original Star Trek series. Let me turn the lights on here. So we have seating comfortably for 8, 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top. And then the middle two sections here actually fold down. So we can put in cups, plates, whatever we're going to put in a laptop computer. Has also plugs for 110 and USB. Also has a lighting for individual lighting. You can adjust it.
Through the Enterprise. Our mission is straightforward. Rescue a crew stranded on.
And then we have these tables that come out, actually. We can take them out and put them away. And in the sections here, you can put away the tables, remotes, whatever, storage section. And the lights, the cup holders have lights on them, so they light up, and the front of it lights up as well.
We come to understand there is no such thing.
So it's really a very nice lighting. And in addition to that, let's see, we have special sound effects that the theater had, the Starship had. So, here we go.
Tactical alert. Vessel approaching, bearing 184, Mark 7. Automatic defense procedures initiated.
So this is activated via remote control, as are the lights that you see here. And these lights are made by Zap. And these are the remote control modules. They have a little switch on the side of it, so you can also manually turn it on locally, and the light goes on. So you can test it while you're plugging it in, or you can use the remote. And it comes with 5 remote switches, so you can do 5 different controls on different special effects that you want to do. So, and then here I have my 3D collection. This whole collection on top is all 3D. And some of the movies are okay, and some of them are really fantastic, and some of them are better in different soundtracks as well. The amplifier is capable of doing Dolby Digital 3D sound. It can do Oro 3D, and it could do DTS-X as well. So the speaker configuration that I have is actually a total of about 22 speakers. So I have 15 standard speakers, but you can see you have the standard right, left, and center channel, and they are all the same size. So what happened was that I bought 3 packets of the Energy Classic speakers. So this one is designed for the center channel. And what I did was, since I had 3 sets, I used the 3 center channels, ones for center and right and left. Other than that, I have the rest of the smaller speakers I used for the rest of the sound, including the effects front, right, and left speaker. And then we have the middle and the back surround speakers. So I can configure them for the different configurations, and automatically the amplifier will switch over to one or the other. And then on the top you can see I have the ceiling speakers, and I have 4 of those. Typically you'll have 1 or 2, and since I was able to, I had 4, and I just configured them into the amplifier to have 4. In addition to that, I have 3 subwoofers. I've actually configured it so I can wired it so I can have 4 subwoofers, but I didn't really have a good space for the 4th one, so I put 2 in the front for the right and left, and then I have another one up in the back. And because the back one is on the platform, on a wooden platform, it also gives a little bit more low frequency vibrations, so you can feel it a little bit more. And then in addition to that, I have in the back here, I don't know if you can see that, but I have a little opening hatch here, which gives me access to the special low frequency effect speakers. I have 2 of those mounted inside the platform, so we can feel the vibrations when we have certain movie sound effects. Let's see the equipment room. So that was the, and this is the, what do you call it, the wide angle lens that I put in front of the projector, and that gives me the widescreen. So let me show you, it's motorized. So I got a Nissan window motor, and I put it into the ceiling with a projector ceiling mount and hung the lens on top of that. I made the lens based on some designs I found on the internet. So I have a little switch here, which when I flip it, it'll take the lens out of the position. So here we go. And then, as you can see, let me just play this so you can see a better scene here. Turn this out. So as you can see, it's much smaller now. And the ratio has to be changed on the projector as well. So I have to change from letterbox back to the native. And then you can see the actual size of what you would be seeing on a normal TV. So when you watch a regular widescreen movie, you're actually cutting off the top and the bottom. So it's a much smaller screen. So you can appreciate the huge difference. Let me see if I go in front of it. You get an idea of the size of the screen. So when it fills the whole wall, it's a huge difference. And at first I didn't appreciate it until I read it online, and then I said, I gotta do this. And after doing it, it was such an amazing difference. It was well worth the effort that I put into it. All right, so let's look at the, also I have a infrared repeater which I put in, and that is right over here. So what I can do is any of the remotes that I use, I just point them here, and it will bounce it into the room for the equipment. So let's go into the equipment room.
Holodeck 3 program is ready.
Okay, so this is the equipment room, and what I did was originally I had it on this the shelf that I made here so I can pull it out, but it was still very difficult to manage the equipment. And so what I did was I put it onto a cart with 4-inch caster wheels so it glides easily, and I can move it around so I can access the back of it. And I've used the special gold plugs to plug in the wiring for the speakers. So I have actually 2 amplifiers. This top one, which is an 11.2 channel amplifier. Originally I had a 7.1, and because this one wasn't out yet. So then I upgraded to this 11.2 because this one did not need any additional amplifier to have all the 11 channels going through this, and the subwoofer. So, but since I had the special effects speakers and the additional subwoofer, I had to put in another amplifier, which I had, which is, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So we have the Harman Kardon, and this is actually an amplifier that goes back to like 1994 or something like that. So it's my old amplifier, and I put it to good use, and I channeled the subwoofer and special effects through here so it can feed out to those special speakers. And then here I have a Channel Master, over-the-air receiver, and a DVR. So I can record programs over the air, and it has a terabyte of storage space, so it's plenty of storage space. And this one here is a little repeater for the infrared repeater. So this way it goes right in front of the device, and it actually works much better that way. And then this one was the original amplifier. That was a 7.2 channel amplifier from Denon, and this was the upgrade. This one here is a Panasonic Blu-ray DVD player, 3D. And this I got back way back when. It was like 2008, I think it was. But I like Panasonic because it is a very good DVD player. Their controls are very good, and their remotes are very good. So it's more intuitive, and they're usually pretty fast and pretty good. So that's why I chose that one. And it actually came at the time with the Avatar 3D DVD. So this one is still, as far as I'm concerned, the gold standard for 3D movies. To watch any movie, you got to compare it to this. This is like the holy grail. And when you watch these movies in 3D, you feel like you're there. So it's both in sound and in the depth perception that you have. And it's really amazing compared to a small TV set that you watch, or even a standard projector. The projector that I have is an Optum projector, and I chose that particular projector because it had very good reviews, and the brightness and crispness and the colors were excellent. And in addition to that, it also had the 3D capability. So, which reminds me, I have 3D glasses here, which I didn't show you. I started off with 2 3D glasses, and then I slowly bought more and more. And actually, I have 8 glasses right now. So these are original glasses from Optima, and these work very well. They have a rechargeable battery with a USB plug that you plug in, and they last for, they say, I think it was about 60 hours or so, but they last a long time before needing recharge. And they are really good in terms of they're not too heavy. They're large enough to cover the entire space. As you can see, I can wear them over my eyeglasses, and they work really well because they're also radio frequency. Now, the advantage with the radio frequency compared to the infrared is there's no line of sight. So it doesn't matter if you get cut off by somebody walking by or something coming in the way, and it's going to pick it up right away. You're not going to have any interruptions. And then the little controller that you see with the red light, that is a 3D transmitter. So when it's transmitting in 3D, it automatically picks it up, and it'll turn to a green light, and it'll tell you that it's transmitting in 3D. And that is also adjustable. You can calibrate it to different situations for your 3D glasses. There's also other 3D glasses that are available, and I also bought another brand company. These are a little thinner, lighter, and the battery doesn't last as long on it and the recharge, but it's Testar America, and these are actually cheaper than the original ones from Optima. All right, that pretty much winds up my home theater. So I hope that you appreciate the amount of effort that I've put into it, and I hope that you like it. And until next time, thank you.